Around 5:30 this morning, the unthinkable would happen inside the lower flat of this house on Mayflower Street. As the heavy rains continued into this morning, 31-year-old Nikita Smith and her daughter slept here on this bedding beside the couch, while her son was asleep in the back room. But the blood-soaked sheets, cement block, and knife on the ground are telltale signs that something went awfully wrong. It is not known what triggered the act of violence, but Smith's common-law husband, identified as Rahburn Senior of Hattieville, stabbed her multiple times to the head before knocking her unconscious. He then turned to his 12-year-old stepdaughter and primary school student, Vera Morris, and stabbed her multiple times as well.
I heard my grandaunt, the victim's mother, yelling for us at our gate, because we usually lock our gate, and she said, "No, come, come, come." So I was trying to find my clothes and thing, nervous, and when I got outside and came across to my grandaunt's yard, she said, inside, they say, Mark, stab up everybody in there. When I got in the room, my cousin was lying on the ground with her daughter, where she and the daughter sleep. She was lying on the ground, a cement block, because apparently he stabbed her in the head and dropped a cement block on her head, and she was unconscious, she was knocked out.
I got a call from my son, because my son live here with my mom, and he tell me, just hurry, come quick, but he never said a word. So I just wake up my boyfriend and I tell him, let's go, that my mom, something happened. And when I get here, that's so then they tell me that my sister, common-law husband, where he live with downstairs, and my mom, stab up she and the two kids there.
It was a scream for help from Veril that woke her brother, Jaheim Morris, who ran to her defense. He too was stabbed to the back by his stepfather.
After attacking the mother, the stepfather then started to stab the little girl, who is 12 years old, and he heard his sister scream. And he came out the room to see what is going on, and when he got outside, he saw the stepfather on top of the sister. But unsure to him what was happening, he knew that it was something wrong, so he immediately attacked the stepfather. When the stepfather stabbed him in the back, and then he realized what really happened.
Smith's sister, Audrey Bradley, says that after the victim stood near the police booth for some time, an ambulance arrived to whisk the mother and two children to the KHMH. While the siblings have been treated and released, Smith remains hospitalized for 5 stab wounds she sustained.
When I went to the hospital right now, my sister, she and the girl, two of them both get stabbed in their head. The little girl, she even gets stabbed in her right ear. So even that, because when I get home here to my mom, blood was pouring out of my niece's 2 ears. And my sister was still unconscious because she asked what happened, and now they feel nothing.
The family does not know what could have triggered the violent attack on Smith and her children.
Nobody now expect to get any kind of news that they was there. And I don't know what's wrong with me. Something must have just come over here, come in her head for one do something like that, knowing the area where there and what could have happened to her.
He have to be a monster, because if you have kids, you know, just stab somebody, child. I mean, you don't have no heart. Obviously, he don't have no heart.
According to the family, Rahburn Senior fled through bushes to the back of the yard and escaped. Although there is a police checkpoint less than 100 yards away at the intersection of Mayflower and Vernon Streets, a police mobile arrived on the scene shortly after. It is not known if there was a breach of protocol, but more than 4 hours later and the scene had still not been processed, the weapon and the evidence untouched.
There was no police here. They came after, and when they came, they looked around. They didn't render really any assistance. They didn't go after this man, nothing at all. All the way, they do that look around, and when the ambulance come, they get in a vehicle and then gone. Up to now, they don't come back. We don't know. Nobody no process, no scene, nobody no do nothing. And they left, and that was it. That the last we see at the police until you guys show. And that's why we decided to call them too, because, I mean, the police have to assist and no assistance.
Duane, Moody for News 5.